So Daredevil, Punisher is returning. Foggy not returning. Uh, very sad. Um, what do you think about this Daredevil news?
Look, see, I'm a self-proclaimed top five Daredevil fan of all time. I give myself that role. When I heard Punisher coming back, I was like, "Oh my god, let's go!" Because I was going to see Creed. I was scrolling on Twitter, so I was like, "Oh my god, Punisher's back!" And I scroll up one more tweet. Foggy and Karen aren't going to be a part of Daredevil boarding, and I'm like, so did they just like use the Punisher news to like soften the blow that Foggy and Karen aren't coming back? Like I swear that's what they did. Like they used Punisher to be like, guys, don't look at Foggy and Karen over there. Look, guys, we have Punishers coming back. It's like, how are you gonna do in 18? Karen isn't as important as Foggy. I like Karen more as a character personally, like slightly better. Her and Foggy are close, but Foggy is way more important to Daredevil than Karen. Like it's Nelson and Murdoch, not Matthew Murdoch Enterprises. Like it's literally like they're co-owned. Even as She-Hulk, he said that he worked with a partner. And if they
Right.
recast, I'm gonna be so mad because the person who played Foggy was so good in the role. I literally can't imagine anybody else in the role. They're gonna bring Jon Favreau back to play Foggy again. Like, oh my god.
uh, no, I agree with that. Tenfold, honestly. So again, it lends credence to the idea that this is like a soft reboot. That this is not the Daredevil from the Daredevil Netflix universe. I think you would agree with that. I know a lot of people were like heavily. I don't know if you were on this side, but a lot of people were heavily arguing it's the same Daredevil. I'm like, that just cannot work.
I still don't know because like they played the dude's theme inside of She-Hulk. How you playing the Netflix theme, but Netflix isn't canon?
With like, yeah, with just like everything. Yeah, it's very weird because then it's also like with Fisk, it's like it's kind of established that Fisk has been around,
Yeah.
right? So it's like with Kingpin, it's just like, okay, so that would mean Daredevil, like, but I don't think it's. I think it's a soft reboot. I think this is what I think. I think a lot of the same events have happened in Daredevil's life. I think it's just a different variant,
Yeah.
and I
Did
think
you see
even Murdoch.
did you see the news that dropped today too about what's her name? Vanessa?
Yes, this is gonna be a new actress
Yeah, she
playing her,
got
right?
recast too. Oh my god. Mm.
Yeah. Again, another very iconic scene. Uh, probably my favorite
That's my
Marvel scene.
favorite scene in fiction. Fiction is the I beat you scene. I can reenact that thing like just like perfectly.
That's
It's
such a
like
great scene.
at least the actress I've heard some of her work and it's like apparently it's pretty good. So I'll put trust in that. And it's not like, Vanessa's like the girl played was like the best actress of all time. But like, it's still disappointing like, oh, damn, this really isn't the Daredevil we knew fully. At least not like yeah, just like not fully.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. So let's move into the Punisher stuff. Obviously, very exciting. Uh, we'll go to you first. What do you think about the Punisher returning?
It depends. I'm excited because I love John Bernthal and he's so great in the role. But it depends on the violence and what they're going to do with him. I'm feeling the show is going to be PG-13 or TV-14. I think is what it is. I don't think it's going to be a mature show. And even John Bernthal himself said he wouldn't come back unless the Punisher was mature, like made for a mature audience. So that kind of gives me hope because like he said that. I think he himself like posted on Instagram or something that he's coming back too. Like it's like this like an official thing. But like other than that, like I'm really excited. I don't know where he's gonna fit in because he's not. If they're going off the Born Again comics, Punisher is nowhere to be found in this comic whatsoever. Like I don't know where he's gonna be. And of course, through 18 episodes, like I don't know, like there's like a lot I guess they could touch upon. It's like maybe shows up like in the later episodes to just establish that he's here. But the fact that you got John Bernthal back just makes me happy.
Yeah, I agree. I also worry about the violence thing because, like, very violent, obviously, in his show, very violent in the Netflix show.
Yeah, his first scene in the Netflix shows him lighting up like a mob, just gang, and there's just like it's just so bad.
Yes, yes. I'm like, because it's always weird, right? I'm worried about, it's the same thing kind of with Deadpool. I'm not saying violence equates to things being better. I'm saying when you have like an inherently violent character that is inherently violent throughout their medium, when you take them to a lesser medium, it loses their impact. It loses their niche. So like with him, his thing is like ultra violent, uh, vigilante, right? So
Mhm.
like, can you really do that? Like how? I mean, they've pushed the boundaries before with stuff, but like, I don't know. Can you even show like, you could show blood, right? With TVMA 14, right?
Yeah, because like Falcon Winter Soldier, they did a semi decent job at that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how far they could take it, but again, I'm really interested to see what they do with the story, right? Because like you were saying, Born Again's
Yeah,
really
he's
not.
Punisher is nowhere to. He's not even
Yeah,
no cameo. You don't see a symbol in the corner in the shadows. He's nowhere to be
yeah.
found.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, like it is 18 episodes, and it's being rumored right now that it's going to be structured similar to Andor as like arcs, almost like
Yeah,
different arcs. Which maybe you get them for like 2 arcs, maybe you get them for like 2 3 episode arcs.
yeah, that.
Uh, which would be cool. Would be really cool.
Mhm.
My follow up to this would be: do you think this leads to him getting his own show, own Disney Plus thing?
Um, I don't know, because if it did, it'd be very once again very different to like his own show. The thing is, too, Karen was was a big part of his show. Their relationship was like a big thing, and so now they're just like it seems like they're trashing Karen. So also like you have to take that into account. I don't think he'll get his own show. I think it's kind of just to establish that Punisher's in the universe. So they can use him for other projects,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't think
especially with how
it's.
crowded Marvel is too.
Yeah, I mean, we're here that they want to space stuff out, but like, how do you space stuff out when you have this much stuff? It feels like we're not gonna get Secret Wars to like 2030 now, but like, yeah, I just there's too much stuff, and if he's only gonna be in a couple of arcs, I think I'm okay with him, being there for a couple arcs, like I was saying, but not having his own show. I think that would be the best thing that they could do. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
that's how I kind of feel about that.
I'm just happy he is not recast along with Foggy Karen. The big thing though for me with Daredevil is if they recast Bullseye, who was played by I think it's Winston Bertha or something like that. It's some like outlandish name that guy has. But like that's like that performance. I like him more than Kingpin Bullseye. If they recast that character, I low key might not watch the show. That's my one make or break because I love that character so much. So even if Punisher's in it, if Karen and Foggy's in it, like I'm very scared who's gonna get recast next. Like is Electra gonna get recast next? Um, are they gonna try to do like something with Stick? I think he died in Defenders. I didn't watch Defenders because I heard it was bad. But I think he died in Defenders. So I wonder what they're gonna do with all these other characters now.
Possibly Jessica Jones, even maybe, like
Yeah,
those type of characters. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I get that. I get that sentiment for sure. You got anything else to say?
I know that's all for me.
Yeah, yeah, I tend to agree with all that. Very interesting and kind of concerning in some aspects, for sure. But obviously, very excited that the Punisher is going to make a return.